Good afternoon, Minute on the Mountain. On a quick shed hunt this afternoon. Probably have about 4 hours. And this is where I'm heading. If you look at that peak right there in the center of the screen, I'm going to work the north side of that and then loop around and then come back down. It's not as windy as it was the other day when I came up, which is great. I'm pretty close to that same area where I found my first shed of the year, probably a quarter of a mile west of that. And decent sign up in here. There's a good bed right there beneath this pine. And, you know, a fair amount of tracks. I've seen some moose tracks, quite a few deer tracks, so we'll just keep searching and hopefully we can turn up an antler or two today. Thanks for coming along. About 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the way up to the very top of the ridge. I just got through coming through all that snowy side, kind of the northwest side. And now I'm on more of a south-facing slope. I'll flip this around in a second so you can see it's a lot more bare. Which is a little easier walking in some ways, but it's muddy, it's real slippery. Beautiful day though. Sun's starting to come out, peek through the clouds. Look at that view. So if you follow those pines over on the other side and then down to the next ridge, that's where the Jeep's parked. I'm not sure mileage wise how far I am, probably 2 miles maybe back to the Jeep from here. 1.75 miles, something like that. But certainly a lot of elevation gain. Forgot my binoculars. So I wasted a lot of time going over to get close enough to a stick shed to see if it was a shed or not, and it was not. But man, it sure was wider than all the other sticks around it. I thought for sure if it wasn't an antler, it was at least a bone, but it was just a stick. I'm gonna grab some water, keep climbing. We're about 40, maybe 50 yards from the top of the ridge behind me. But I've started side hilling because I want to get over to that ridge to work my way down. There's looking out Blacksmith Fork Canyon towards the Wellsvilles. And then now we're looking south. Blacksmith Fork River's down there below us. And the Jeep is down there right by the river. About 3.5 miles in now. Onyx says I've hiked about 3.5 miles. So it'll be about 7 when it's all said and done when I turn around. On the way down, I won't be doing as much back and forth and zigzagging as I did on the way up. So, but I want to get just below that outcropping over there, side hilling, then I'm going to work my way down that ridge across from us. Have not found any sheds. It's been quite a bit of sign, a lot of beds, a lot of droppings, both deer and elk. So still optimistic that we can pick at least one up on the way down. I got just a little bit more climbing to do, and then like I said, just side hilling over to that other ridge, and then we'll start working our way down. Beautiful day though. Thank you God for your amazing creation, and thank you that I'm healthy enough to be able to come out and do this kind of stuff. Hey, what's up guys? I am adding this video onto the back of the previous time I was out. I got skunked last time out, so there wasn't much to show you guys other than the scenery. But a guy here in the valley that was watching one of my videos kind of reached out, and I connected with him. His name's Jared. He was kind enough to invite me to come up on a shed hunt with him to a spot that's been good to him over the years. There's not a lot of guys out there who would do that, so I appreciate that. Quite a bit of snow up on top. It was pretty dry coming up the hill, but once we got up here on top where it's flat, there's quite a bit of snow. And it's still really early in the year. But just to give you an idea of kind of what we're hiking in. Well, we're still tracking through this deep snow up on the top. There's been a lot of elk activity up here. Of course, it's really early for elk to drop. Just came across this little rub. Just thought I'd show that to you guys. And he barely had that. Bite is so soft, I could barely feel him strike it. Just a little guy, probably 9.5, maybe 10 inches. Skinny too. Pretty colors on him. So guys, I'm on the Blacksmith Fork River. I've probably been fishing about an hour already. It's been really slow. I've had a few follows. That's my first catch. It's snowing. We got about 3 inches of snow yesterday. Kind of see the snow still falling now. Hopefully we can catch at least a couple more. I'd like to keep a couple and do fish tacos, but he was just too skinny. It wouldn't really giving us any meat, so we'll let him grow up and get a little bigger. See if we can catch some more. I just switched lures for the third time. I feel like I've put cast after cast right where I wanted to. Just not seeing much today. So I'm gonna go with a silver color. See if I can get them at least to follow. I mean, I've had several follows, not real aggressive, but just been really slow. Just caught that one so far. See if a different color livens things up a little bit. Well guys, I'm gonna walk down to the last spot that I'm gonna fish today. It's about noon, 12:15, and I haven't been fishing that long, but as you can see, it's still snowing, number one. Number two, the fishing hasn't been very good. Number three, I want to get over and help my dad shovel his sidewalk and shovel his steps and stuff. So I want to do the channel shout out, and also want to do the Minute on the Mountain, because I'm going to get down to this last stretch of water. If I don't catch anything, I may not film anymore. Two channels I want to shout out. One, I really just want to give a big, huge thank you to Dave over at Hunting Farmer. He won my last giveaway, or he was one of the winners at least. And he did like a full 6-minute video where he did a Minute on the Mountain style shed hunt. And so Dave, I think I got like 10 or 12 new subscribers off of that. So thank you, brother. Sure appreciate you shouting out the channel. Whew, that was slippery, about biffed it. So I want to shout him out. I've done a shout out to his channel before, but again, I just want to say a huge thank you. If you are not subscribed to Hunting Farmer, you should be. If you like the outdoors, he's got some great hunting videos. Did a little bit of trapping this year, caught his first bobcat. He does a lot of good product reviews as well. Check him out. The other channel I want to shout out is Shifty Outdoors. Primarily a fishing channel. The last ice fishing video I just watched of his, he was on Strawberry. He caught one of the prettiest, biggest cutthroats I've ever seen. But even more than all the fish they catch, he just has me laughing through every one of his videos. He and his buddies are constantly just ribbing each other, giving each other a hard time. Their videos are hilarious. So Shifty Outdoors, check him out when you have some time. The Minute on the Mountain today is pretty foundational. It's the first commandment. You shall have no other gods before me. Now, most of us, when we hear that commandment, probably think of idols, like maybe even graven images. But really, it can be anything. We can make anything a god. Whatever gets the majority of our attention and our time, we can make that a god in our life. Even creation. I love being out in the mountains, as you guys know. I know most of you do too, and it's great. And sometimes creation draws us closer to God. But we always want to make sure that we're worshiping the Creator, not the creation. So you can even allow His creation to pull you away from Him. It can become a god if you're not careful. You know, I had a little video with a buddy of mine who does trapping, and I was really tempted to get into some trapping this year, but I just know it's not right for me to do it right now. It would take up too much time, It would pull me away from my family more, pull me away from other responsibilities. And I just don't want it to become a God in my life. So for 2021, let's just keep that in mind. We shall have no other gods before us. And that, again, doesn't mean just a little wooden image or something. It can even be a good thing. It can be your family. It can be your ministry. I know a lot of guys and gals who are in vocational ministry that have turned their ministry into a god. So just always be careful of that. Again, that's the first commandment. Thanks for coming along today, guys. Hopefully we'll catch at least one more fish before we hit the truck and head home. Have a good day. There we go. The spot's always been pretty good to me. First cast in this pool, guys. Much better brown than that first one. So we will keep him and make some fish tacos. Here is the update, everyone. Here's the fish we caught. So inside the body cavity, I've got a couple of sprigs of cilantro, got a slice of lime, I've got some garlic powder, excuse me, some garlic powder, some black pepper, just a little bit of salt. So we're gonna put that on the grill. We'll wrap it in foil, put that on the grill, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do to make the dressing that'll go on it for the fish tacos in just a minute. Hannah, are you gonna help me eat fish tacos?
No. No. I hate this, guys. Don't comment down below, please, because I hate any type of fish.
Hannah hates any kind of fish, she said. So she said, don't leave any positive comments about fish tacos down below. So instead of fish tacos, Hannah's having macaroni and cheese and blueberries. Yep. Hence the blue face. All right, so we're on the second part of this. I've got the fish on the grill. In here, we're gonna make our dressing. I've got a half a cup of ranch dressing. Oh, probably a quarter cup of cilantro, maybe a little more than that. Some black pepper. You'll see a little bit of sriracha sauce. I'm gonna spice this up a little bit, so there's some sriracha down in there. So we're gonna mix this here, and then we will move to the next step. Well, there's the finished product, guys. Sorry for the paper plate presentation. We kind of ran out of time. I had a friend come over. We got visiting. In fact, I burnt the fish, but they turned out okay. So we're going to do the taste test here in just 1 second. I've got the tortillas. Now, I know for true fish tacos, you probably should have corn tortillas. I like flour tortillas more. We've got melted cheese on there. We've got the trout. We've got the homemade dressing that we made. A couple of dabs of sriracha. And then that cabbage slaw. And we're going to take a bite here in just a second. I'll have Rhonda film it and see what we think. Okay, here we go. The dressing is really good. It's got just a little bit of spice to it. The trout's good. I had cilantro in the body cavity of the trout when I cooked it. I can taste that in the trout. And tortilla and the melted cheese tops it off. Winner, winner, trout dinner. So this is a miracle. Jordan just said that something I made actually tastes good. It doesn't have. You did. You said that's actually pretty good. And then you took it from me and kept eating it. So thumbs up on this for the first time?
Yeah.
It's all right? Okay.